we specialize in publishing books primarily for the scholarly world, for libraries, for teaching tools. And we also do a lot of regional publishing, books that are about our part of the state, for instance. And university presses have been publishing books as part of the programs of their parent institutions since the late 1900s. But 75 years ago, they kind of gathered together with common interests and formed a professional association that is now celebrating its 75th anniversary this year.
How long has Texas Tech Press been a member of this organization?
Well, we are celebrating 25 years. We're celebrating our silver anniversary of membership in the AAUP. Although we have been publishing books for a lot longer than that. In fact, Texas Tech University Press, or Texas Tech Press in some guise, has been publishing books ever since the earliest years of the university's founding. But we formally gained university press status in 1987.
Okay. I guess, I mean, I've never personally heard of TTU Press. What exactly does TTU Press do for those who may not know, everything that they do?
Well, I'm afraid that we maybe are one of the university's best kept secrets because we operate a little behind the scenes in some ways. Most university presses are offices that operate under the umbrella of their parent institutions, and yet they publish books that may be by authors anywhere in the world. They may be in list areas or subject areas that are not the same as the university's research strengths, although sometimes they are. So we kind of feel that moving into this location over here in the heart of the campus will make us a lot more visible to the faculty, staff, and students who make up the academic community. And we also hope that we're visible to the public. The public is welcome to come here and buy books any day that we're open. And I should also mention that faculty, staff, and students get a 20% discount on our books year-round.
Okay. Speaking of the new location, what advantages do y'all think that that's going to bring now that y'all are actually on campus next to the students and all the stuff that's going on around Tech?
Well, being housed in an academic building, primarily academic building, will automatically make people think of us as part of the academic program. We do report administratively through the graduate school, and then to the provost, who's the chief academic officer, because we do fulfill an important mission of disseminating the scholarship that researchers do, and we're also a teaching department in some ways. We have 3 graduate assistants who work 20 hours a week each. They are fully funded in the same manner that teaching assistants are, and so they get real-world, hands-on experience in book publishing. And that becomes an important part of their overall graduate school experience. And at times we've had undergraduate students work for us. We've had interns from many different departments: marketing and communication programs, business management, English, any of the humanities. We've been fortunate to have a lot of students come through the press over the years.
I guess, did y'all have certain expectations going in here, and if so, did you meet or exceed them, or did it fall a little below your expectations?
Oh, well, it's hard to know, exactly what expectations that you might have when you move an organization, an entire department on campus, except just to survive it. It's a lot of work to move, to move all those books and to move all of those files and all that history. But I think that our expectations were, to be in a newly renovated space that would support our image as an important and integral part of the university's mission, and to make it handy for people on campus to just come, visit with us anytime. And during the 2.5 months that we've been here since we moved here at the very end of August, that we've definitely met or exceeded those expectations.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you something, don't quote me word for word on this, but just as background, we were really pleased to come into a building where, for the first time in the University Press's history, we could sit down at new desks that didn't have those little metal tags on them that said property of Texas Technological College. I mean, our furniture had dated back to, before it even became Texas Tech University. And, it just makes everybody feel good to be a part of something that's brand new. And we, and so, that was just a little background kind of stuff here. But you can quote me, definitely is saying that we're really pleased to be here in the same building as the marketing and communication.
Okay.
The new College of Marketing and Communication.
Yeah,
Media and Communication. Gosh, do quote me correctly.
It's a lot different over here than the old building, but I like
Did
it a lot.
you study in the old building?
Yes, it's definitely a lot better
you like
here.
It? How do you the computer labs?
Yeah, they're pretty different. Like high tech, and I mean they have all the latest technology. It seems like so.
Your work over there in the rotunda in student media too.
Yeah,
man, that's a really impressive place when I got to go through it.
I guess how would you describe the public reaction to Robert Mandel hosting his How to Transform Your Thesis into a Book on Thursday?
Well, I think that people who heard it said that they learned things that they had never known about book publishing, and the provost office audio taped it to post on the website so that other people can take advantage of that learning, even if they didn't get to come that afternoon.
Okay. How did y'all, I guess since y'all are moving into this new building, how did y'all go about publicizing this event?
Well, there's a great example right here that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And if you have a copy of Texas Monthly handy after you leave here, you could use this as art too. But the university presses in the state of Texas joined forces together to take out this full-page ad and this advertorial in Texas Monthly for November, celebrating University Press Week, and promoting the benefits that university presses bring to their region and to their home institutions. That although we do exist to disseminate scholarship out into the world, it's not just an ivory tower thing. University presses publish really important and really wonderful books about the regions that they exist in that other presses might not publish.
Okay.
So joining together, to do this big promotion was a huge part of what we did. All of the presses had a big poster size blow up of this to exhibit at the Texas Book Festival in Austin a couple of weeks ago, where thousands of people come through and buy books, and we got a lot of questions about it. What's that all about? What do university presses do? We didn't realize that we had that many university presses in the state of Texas, and it looked really good for us because we are one of the top 3 university presses in the state. Okay.
I guess you're talking about some of the books are meant for the region. I guess what all kind of books are available here, and do you publish certain kinds of books based on the audience that y'all are around?
We do, and I think you put that question very well, because we do shape our list and the areas that we publish in based more on what we know about what the audience needs than, say, just what Texas Tech University faculty specialize in. We get the question a lot of times, do you just publish books by TTU faculty? Well, no, we're much more likely to publish the work of scholars worldwide, in any institution that happen to fit, say, literature and history and culture of the American West, costume studies and textile history, Vietnam, and modern Southeast Asia because of the Vietnam Center and Archive.
I went to that. I went to the Rocky Blyer thing last Friday, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. And Jewish studies and Jewish interest, Jewish literature. Areas that we have built up an expertise in because we keep up with what the audience is reading and what the audience needs, and what scholars are publishing, than it is just, say, just Texas Tech's research strengths, although we do try to connect with that too.
Okay.
And then when it comes to books about the region, let me show you a book that is a really good example. I'll reach up here and pull this down from over my head. Thank you. I don't have enough room. I don't have enough shelf room. This is maybe the most comprehensive book that's ever been done about the entire Llano Estacado, about the region that the Texas Tech is the center of, and when this book was commissioned by the Southwest Collection as a collection of photos about the Llano by 6 different photographers, we took the photos, paired them up with essays by well-known writers, and then brought out the book. We edited it, we designed it, we packaged it, we marketed it. And nowhere is there a book that captures the spirit of the place where we live like this book does. And we've this one won the award from the Texas State Historical Association last spring for the best illustrated book on Texas for 2012. Over many years, we've published a lot of the history of this region. We've published a lot of the literary writers of this region. We've published a lot of the science and geology and natural history of this region. So we do a great service to the Lubbock area and to West Texas in that way.
I just got a couple more. I guess. Has y'all seen mainly students here, or mainly the public, or has there been
for the open house?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we've seen a real mix of students, faculty, and staff, and members of the general public. People who already knew about the press and were planning to come, because they're on our mailing list, they got our newsletter, and people who just saw the red signs and came on up. So we feel like this has been a very successful event. And maybe it'll become an annual event. You may remember that we used to do what was called the Dusty Trail book sale. Did you ever see when
I did not.
The book sale out around the fountain in front of the library? We did that twice a year as kind of a service to the community, and also a way to sell damaged inventory. We would get what's called in the industry hurt books, and hurt books can be anything from a book gets a jacket